Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the next tutorial video here on Duct Tape Creations. So in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make a duct tape belt like this one here. I made this a while back, so it's a pretty old one, but I made this. So I'll be showing you how to make a belt like this. And also how you can change it up so you can use a belt buckle. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let's get started. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do to start making your duct tape belt, let's just cut out, well, the first thing you want to do is cut out 2 strips of tape as your first step, just to start off the belt. Now, these strips here are 10 inches long, but if you're fairly new to making duct tape crafts and you're not that great at sticking strips together, I'd recommend starting with like a smaller strip of tape. But if you are good at sticking together strips and everything, you can make them a little bit longer. So I'd recommend 10 inches. Anything, like I'd say 10 or 11. Anything longer than that would just be too hard to stick together. So if you're working with duct tape for one, you can stick together tape pretty well. I recommend 10 inches, so it's the perfect length to start off with. But if you're just starting, about maybe 7 inches would be good. So what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna take this and just flip it over, and take the second strip. I'm just gonna stick this right on top of here. Okay. So we're just gonna stick this together right like that, just like that. Okay. So now make sure you trim off any sticky side that you have on here, so you don't want that when you're making the belt. Okay. Now if it's just little stuff like that, that's okay. Alright, so now this is not going to be the same, this is not going to be the width of your belt. What you're going to want to do here is take the strip, and you want to come over to about 1 1/4 inches, which is about right there. Just going to take your exact knife, you could use scissors as well, and you're just going to cut all the way down to the bottom here. So you have this like 1 1/4 inch strip here. So now this one is just scrap. You can just toss that to the side. So now this is going to be the size of your belt right here. Okay, so now once you have this done, we can move on to making this longer, and then I'll show you how to attach the clasp. Alright, so now that we got this done, we can move on to extending this to make it longer. So you're going to once again cut out these 2 more strips, or however many you need to make it fit around your waist. But just to show you here, you're going to take this here, and you're going to stick it about 1 inch on right there on the side of the strip. So just like that. And it can get a little bit tricky here. You're going to fold all this over, just like this. Just be careful when you're doing this. So just fold it over. I can get this here real quick. Sorry I'm going off camera there, but don't have that big of a workspace. But you should have something that looks like this when you're done. I'll fold it over to the side. Okay. So now you're going to take this strip here, and you're just going to cover up the rest of the sticky side that's showing there. So just like that. So that's good. Okay, so just fold that over there. Sorry, there we go. Okay. So now if you, like I didn't fold it over too tight enough, so that I got that little bit of a lip there. So that's a little bit of a mistake that I made there. So when you're making this, make sure you get all that tight down to the other piece you had there. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to continue this method, or whatever you want to call it, down to the end, to the length you need that will fit perfectly around your waist. So to do that, I'd recommend like taking a belt you already have that fits you good, that fits around your waist pretty well. So that way you can measure it out, and you can get this belt. You can make the duct tape belt the same length as that. So that's pretty simple. Okay. So once you have this to your desired length, you can move on to the next step. So let's do that now. Okay, so once you have the belt to the desired length you want, now I just left this at where it was, it's not just as an example, but once you have your belt to the desired length, we can start putting on the clasp. So now, to get one of these, you're obviously going to have to get like an old belt or something that doesn't fit you anymore, or it's just old and pretty much busted. You're just going to cut this off of there. Now another option you can use is a belt buckle, but now with the belt buckle you're going to change this up a little bit, and you're just going to make this a little bit wider, because see, like right here where this would go through, that's just a little bit, and that would work for this, but it would just be a little bit big. So I'd recommend just making this about a 1/4 of an inch longer, so it would be an 1.5 inches instead of 1 1/4 inches, so it would fit better into this. Okay. So what you need to do here, it's pretty simple. So now this is a little bit wider than this is for like a skinnier belt, so it doesn't really fit exactly to these dimensions. It's a little bit skinnier. So if you have something like this, all you really have to do for this area is just figure out where that is, mark it on both ends. So just like that. So you only have to do this if where the latch goes in, if it's a little bit too small for the size you made the belt. So you're just going to take this and cut it down to about there if you have this problem, and just cut these out. Okay. So do the same thing on this side here. Okay. So now you just have that smaller piece, that smaller little piece there. Okay. Just throw away those little scraps if you did this. So now you just pretty much fold that back on, stuff like that, and you're just gonna take your X-Acto knife or scissors, and you're just going to cut this little notch out here. So just like that. Just take that out there, so you have this little hole right here, so just like that. So then what you're gonna do is just slide this right in there. Okay. Slide it back a little bit so you can get this in here. Pull that through the hole. Okay, so just like that. So it's pretty easy. So there you go. So that's easy enough to get done. So now the belt buckle is a lot easier than that. Obviously it would be. All you do is just pretty much do the same thing. Just put it in there. Fold that back over, and your belt buckle is attached. So that's really easy to do. So that's pretty much how to make the duct tape belt. The last thing you're going to do is take the belt that you're using to make the right length, and then take like a pen or X-Acto knife and just mark where each spot is that you want the holes. So then you can use a hole punch or X-Acto knife or something. I just use this this type of hole puncher. It does pretty well doing holes for this kind of thing. So just like that, and just trying to get them evenly spaced in the middle of the belt. So you get them right there. So we'll just go right into it. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial on how to make the different types of duct tape belts. Well, pretty much just one. You can just change it up to have normal belt or this, which is pretty cool. So now one thing I have to mention, when you fold this over, you're going to want to put a piece of tape here to seal it up, or maybe a piece of Velcro or something, so you can open it, so you can have both a normal belt and a belt with a belt buckle. So that's an option for you, which is pretty cool. So that pretty much just ends this tutorial here. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you guys have any ideas for the next tutorial you'd like to see on the channel, you can let me know in the comments below. Same with the time-lapse video. If you have an idea for something you'd like to see done, you can also let me know in the comments below, or PM me, or you can check out the Facebook fan page or Twitter page. You can tweet me on Twitter or post something on Facebook. I'd like to see your ideas. So that's going to wrap things up here. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, so thanks for watching. As always, just enjoy the one of those duct tape.